Hello, everybody. Some of you know me, some of you don't. I'm Rick Smilo. I'm the CEO of the school and a truffle lover for a long time. One of the reasons why this is happening today is, and why there was some students did a trip to the Urbani test kitchen earlier in the week, and then about 3 weeks ago we had, as part of faculty development, all went to the Urbani test kitchen, and we're doing an Urbani event in Pasadena also. And about in October, my wife and I took a 1 week or 8-day trip to Italy, and we're going to be in the area where truffles are grown and where Urbani was. And I wasn't thinking about Urbani. I didn't really have a contact there. And I wrote an Italian chef in America who I've known for a long time, Cesare Cassell, and said, hey, what wineries would you visit? What would you do for truffle hunting? And he said, well, for truffles, don't do anything. Let me send a few emails. And he's a longtime friend and I guess former customer of Urbani and knows Sabrina. And it was that inquiry came right at a time when they were thinking more about education of culinary students for the future. And so they were very gracious and willing to thereafter want to do lots of things with ice. And then we're very gracious to my wife and I when we were on that trip. We spent a day basically with at the Urbani headquarters outside Perugia, Italy, and with Olga Urbani, who's the third generation, fourth generation, sixth generation leader of the company. And that was month and a half ago, but I wrote an article for our ICE blog about that, which was published earlier this week. And it's not just it's sort of a introduction to Truffles 101, and then a little bit about a trip to Italy. So amongst all the studying you need to do and attention to the rest of your life and your families, if you read my blog article, I would be quite happy. So before we get started, this is one of the things about you guys have a pretty extensive toolkit, and you got all sorts of things, but what you don't have is a truffle slicer. This is a very
That's the wooden one. It's good for white truffles. No, forget about it. Sabrina Notar Nicole is too long. You can call me Sabrina Urbani. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, but thank you for arranging this and being here.
Thank you. Before we start, I want to show you a small video. I think it's like 2-3 minutes long. And this gives you the essence of who we are. Should I go, Barry? Can I go? I'll do it everything.
Respect for strong adventure that honors and values the territory where we have been working with passion and love for over 170 years. Sustainable Life is the new major project that doubles the entire company's surface area and production potential. This significant change has been made possible through the introduction of innovative technologies in line with the requirements of Industry 4.0 for greater environmental sustainability and increasingly rigorous product traceability, including the implementation of a blockchain solution. The entire project is supported by a solid lean production program that aims to optimize company processes and reduce waste. In line with the goals of the European Green Deal, the necessary energy will be primarily supplied from renewable sources, with solar panels, minimizing environmental impact and noise pollution. Sustainable life means placing the person at the center of everything, according to a precise moral responsibility that guarantees balance for everyone who is part of Urbani in every corner of the world. Work environments will enjoy large floor-to-ceiling windows to operate immersed in nature, ensuring a welcoming and serene reality where ideas can flourish. There will be ample sharing spaces for a pleasant company life, a venue for major events, a technological gym, and a conference center. This is how we intend to project ourselves into the future, remaining faithful to a history that began in 1852 with humans and the planet at the center. Urbani, the great Truffle.
Okay. So, welcome everyone. I'm really excited and I want to have a selfie with all of you. You know, when I met Rick, I was in the, let's say before COVID, but then, you know, COVID happened. So I was not able to bring to the culinary world what we do and what is a truffle. Okay. We all know it's expensive. We all know, but the essence of the work, you know, that is behind a truffle and a truffle hunting and the structure and the passion was never expressed in the past. So that's why, you know, when I met Rick, I like, this is the perfect you know, organization where I can start. It's not about Urbani. Obviously, Urbani, you know, we have 70% of the market is about truffles because you are the future in the culinary industry. So what I want from you, I don't care if you work with Urbani or you work with anyone else. I want you to have the same passion and the same dedication to truffle as we have. So I'm in the company for 10 years right now. I'm not part of the family, but everyone calls me Sabrina Urbani. Urbani is not, I wish it was my last name. I will, you know, I will be, but it's not my last name. But the passion that I have, it's so big that, you know, it feels to be part of the family. The family has 170 years. It doesn't look like, but they have 170 years. 170 years ago, they started with the small truffle hunting. You know, it was in Italy, it was a small thing. They learned from the French people, I have to say. I can't, you know, I can't deny it. And then little by little, they grow into this masterpiece. Urbani in Italy has 2 big factories and has around 200 people working for them. Okay. What happens? They work with 1,800 truffle hunters around Italy. And they have flights going out twice a week to Europe, to New York, and to Asia. Okay? So the structure that is behind Urbani truffles is immense. The cure and the dedication they have for the truffle hunter and for the dogs and for the people that works in the company. Can I tell you, during COVID, they did not fire or downsize at all. They kept everyone. And actually, they hired whoever was the son of the son of the son who lost their job. So again, it's a family that has a really cool dedication. Obviously, it's a business. I'm not going to deny that this is a business. But in the same time, they try to grow the business with the passion and the love that they have for the industry. Urbani has 6 generations. Olga is the person that Rick met, and Olga, who's the one that goes truffle hunt with the fur coat. You saw it on 90 Minutes, 60 Minutes. She goes truffle. She loves going truffle hunting. She loves to engage with dogs. And we tell her, you know, you don't have the age anymore. You can stay in the office. Nope, she wants to be there. I think she went with you. I don't know. She, you know, cheered you up. The 7th generation exists, the 7th generation. And this is what you see as the 7th generation. The 7th generation, instead of being more traditional, what they did, Olga has 2 sons, Francesco and Luca, but they didn't go to school. If you see them, they didn't go to college. They are farmers. they start researching the environment, they start researching the land. And unfortunately, in 5 to 10 years, we're not going to have the same production of truffles. It's a little bit because the wine companies are getting all the land, because wine is a bigger business, and because also of the climate change. So what they invented and what they're doing right now is investing in technology. And I'm going to explain how in truffle production and in products. And they also investing in what we call truffle land. What I will recommend, and it's something I want to talk with you, Rick, I will love to set up a trip or organize a trip with students to go and see. Okay, all right. To go and check truffle land because it's really close to your age. So the two sons, 30 years old, okay? They hired everyone that is from 20 to 30, and they do cultivation of truffles. You heard this already in America, Oregon, Napa. It's only black truffle, but they provide such a high technology to cultivate in greenhouse black truffles. Okay, it's amazing because what they do, they hired all young people, and you saw the girl, that's a girl in one of our greenhouse. They hire internationally chefs around the world to go there and work with them into the cultivation of truffles. So it's an amazing project. That's why I want to show this video, because sometimes, you know, we think about truffles like old fashioned and old. No, we are really dedicated. Yeah.
But what Urbani has done is expand and widen it and turn truffles into consumer products.
Yeah.
Sauces, things in jars. And that's where the factory.
The new factory.
This factory takes away the romance, but in a way, that's why I wanted the audience to understand.
It takes a little bit the romance out, but it's important also the factory and the products. And I'll get to that part too, because it has to be affordable for everyone and it has to be a clean product, high quality. And that's where we're going to get to. By the way, now, yes. So here are some truffles. I have to say, who was at the class at Urbani, so a huge amount of truffles, right? These are white and black truffles. So do you know what is a truffle? What is it? You don't answer because you're at the class. You're not allowed to answer. Yes. And yes. And I'll give you, it's the same family of the potatoes. Yes. So it's a tuber, it's a fungus, and is a mushroom. Yes. It is a strange combination. These are nothing. What are you seeing here? The girl can tell you how many pounds of truffles. I think we had $150,000 of truffles the other day. And these truffles, this is how it works with Urbani. 150K of truffles. She was there. And I was checking that no one took anyone home because I'll be screwed. You see? This is black and white truffles. So it's a combination, is a fungus, is a tuber, and is a mushroom. And it's just a combination of rain, soil, and trees. It's really easy. These attach to the roots of trees. Oak tree, chestnut trees, pine trees. Here you go. And these truffles here, I'll tell you, 36 hours ago, these were underground. So this is how it works. We have truffle hunters that go in the morning. It's around, I think, 4 o'clock. You went late because you wanted to sleep. You didn't go at 4 o'clock in the morning, Rick. Oh, you're in the truffle land. Yeah. Okay. Easy picking. So hunters go at 4 o'clock. Why they go at 4 o'clock? You don't answer. So why they go at 4 o'clock in the morning when it's dark outside? So first of all, the dogs there's not a lot of noise, so they don't get distracted. And also because other hunters can follow them. So to hide where they're going to hunt the truffles, they go early in the morning when it's dark outside. I promise when you come to our facility, you're not going at 4 o'clock in the morning. We'll wait until 7. But again, they try to hide. So what happens? They go, they hunt the truffles. They go back to our facility. We pick the truffles. We clean the truffles. We pack the truffles. And by 1 p.m., it's on a flight, FedEx flight to New York. This is what happens with New York. It comes to our facility. We have a driver that goes to the JFK, okay? It goes to our facility. We clean them again. We source them. We pack them, and we send them to chefs. By 10 a.m. of the day after, they are on the table in the kitchen of all the chefs. That's why I said, behind the truffles, there's a lot of work. Everyone thinks, oh, it's so expensive. It's amazing. It is amazing, but there's a lot of work. The most beautiful part of this, which I love, is the relationship between the truffle hunter and the dog. It is amazing. And I know the first questions that you have is, oh, not pigs? We now hunt the truffles with pigs anymore. For one reason, the pigs used to bite the truffles. And I can tell you the real story, yes, but the real story is that a pig, a male pig, when it goes to hunt, the truffle has the same scent of a female pig. So when they used to go and hunt, bite them, they would go crazy. So in 1985, they stopped using the pigs. With the dogs, it's amazing. There is, I suggest everyone to watch the movie. It's called The Truffle Hunter, which is mainly concentrated in the relationship with the dog. The dog needs love. They go, they hunt, they come back, they get a treat, and they get so many hugs. So they have all the intention to go and hunt for truffles and go back to the truffle hunters. We work with some truffle hunters that go and search only for the big, huge truffles. Why? Chef like Thomas Keller on the West Coast. He does not perch any truffle that is smaller than this. So you need specific hunters that go and hunt in some of the lands just to get these huge truffles. So we have to also source them based on the type of chefs, on the type of deliveries that we need to do. When the truffles are hunting and they go back to our facility, they are washed and brushed. The white truffle is really, really delicate. I'm going to go through each season and you have it right here on your placemat. But the white truffle is really, really delicate. So for generations and generations, truffles are cleaned by women. It's something that they transmit to their own kids. The photo that you saw, they were all women. And some of them still work with us. They're really old. They still brush the truffles because they have delicate hands. The black truffle is more rustic. You can brush it easily, but the white truffle needs a really, really delicate way to clean it and to brush it. We wash them because we take the earth, the dust away, and then we dry them. And then that's when they are sourced by the two owners of the company, Olga and Gianmarco Urbani, for the entire world. So they have shipment to Asia and shipped to the US. Right now, what is the season? What is this season now? Which, and why they're so famous and so expensive? Do you know? So it started with Alba, okay, in Piedmont, which right now, any white truffle that is hunted in other regions, they are still can be called truffles from Alba, even if they're not from Alba region, but the spore is from Alba. So let's say they're from Emilia-Romagna, they're still called in Italy by law, they're still called truffles from Alba, from Piedmont. It started because they grow in a specific region, they're really rare, They're really aromatic, have a specific aroma and smell, okay? And they attach to certain trees, which is oak, chestnut, and pine. Some of the truffles inside, and each truffle has 120 aromas. You cannot find a truffle that has the same aroma like another truffle. And by the way, some of the truffles inside, the white truffles, I see it, a lot of chefs sending it back to us. They're pink inside. They have white veins and they're pink. Some chefs is like, we don't want this truffle. It's the best truffle in the market. It means they're attached to chestnut roots. Thomas Keller, and who else? Masa, they only want the one with the pink inside, which it's really rare. What happens with truffles? So this season of white truffles starts beginning of September and ends, let's say, the end of December, okay? And for low, October 13 is the day in Italy when you can start the truffle hunting. But it became so much a business that everyone hunts before. And they ship to America, all over the world, because it became a big business. But by law, you can start the hunting only on October 13. Happy birthday then, you see? So, and what happened this season? Italy was devastated by water. There was rain all over the place. So when the production started in October, it was full of worms. You can see them, you open them, but that's natural. There's nothing that we can do. Molds, because the perfect truffles comes out from a perfect combination of rain before the season. Needs to rain in August, not in September, October, November. So now that the rains went down, the temperature is really good. We have the most beautiful truffles that you saw the other day. They're amazing, they smell earthly. But if there's a lot of rain during the season, we can shut the doors. That's what I said. Because there were some times where we didn't have truffles. 3 years ago, 4 years ago, we didn't have truffles. So when you don't have a lot of truffles, the price skyrocketed. They went to $6,000 a pound. I think it was 4 or 5 years ago, before COVID. It was the year before COVID, now that I remember. Now, how much is a white truffle? Or how much is per pound? Do you know? 2,500. Okay? So, and anyone around the market is that the price is around 2,500. What else we have during this period? This week, they just came out as black winter truffles. Black winter truffles are the second step after the white truffle. Black winter is black inside, is dark brown, is beautiful veins. I don't know if I have the picture, but when we give it to the chef, I want him to cut it. They have beautiful white veins. They are this brownish color inside, and the aroma, it's amazing. It's not pungent like the white, but it's amazing like the black truffle. Like it's amazing like the white truffle. So it's really a different, you know, if I pass it around, it's two different smells. The white has more smell, right? The white is more pungent, but even the white. So in your journey, in your career, I always recommend white truffles, please, always fresh. Always shave it. Black truffle, it depends which type of black truffles. Black winter, I recommend always shave it. Shave it or microplane. When you have the summer truffles, or if you have the burgundy, you're welcome to cook with it. We do a spoletina. A spoletina is a sauce made of garlic and black truffles, but is the burgundy or the summer? Because to get the aroma of these truffles, you need to use them fresh. When you shave them on a plate, okay, the smoke of and the heat, if you want, you shave it and you shave it really thin, will enhance the truffle flavor and the aroma. So that's why we always recommend. The next question probably that you have, can we freeze them? You can freeze them. I have to say, some of the chefs that they don't use the truffles, they freeze them. You need to take them out from the freezer an hour before you serve them. But remember, don't complain. They're not going to have the same aroma. They're not going to have the same flavor. Okay? So, as you know, always fresh. Another important part of this training, how to preserve truffles. And I know that you know. Anyone tells me how you preserve truffles? Yes. You see. Ay, 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 ay. So rice is the worst thing you can do to your truffle. But I don't know why. You've seen it and all the chefs do it. So if you want to do a truffle risotto, okay? You want to do a truffle risotto. You put the truffles in rice, okay? You put them in rice, you want to do eggs. You put the truffles near the eggs. They take the aroma, you do the, but what is a truffle? Truffle is 85% water. And what does the rice do? Takes all the moisture. If you put a truffle that is 100 grams in rice, the day after you have 89 grams. So you paid for what? So it's recommended never to store in rice, unless you're doing a risotto. It makes sense. But really, the moisture of the rice, you know, that's why you see I have ice here, okay? I have ice because these truffles, I came out probably with another grams. I think was like 500 grams. I think this is not even 450 now because it's already 40 minutes, an hour that I'm here, okay? So for your future in the restaurant world and for your money, remember, it's really important how you preserve the truffles. Truffles is 85% water, has a lot of iron. It's fantastic for all women that are on a diet because it has no calories, has no fat, has a little bit of protein, a little bit of fiber, and iron and water. Fundamental, when you buy a truffle, is really important. You go home, you see the truffles. When you buy a truffles, they are wrapped in paper towel. I'm sorry, we have another instructor, Vittorio. Then when we start education, he would say it in toilet paper. And I'm like, no, it's not toilet paper, it's paper towel, because he's Italian. So in paper towel, please, paper towel, you wrap it. First of all, if you have a slight brush, I forgot to bring it with me, you brush it if there's some dust on it. So I work with Italy, all the Italy stores. Sometimes truffles, they always complain because there is some mold. Mold is normal. This is potato. There's nothing, you know, if you talk with Massimo Bottura, he says this is a potato, if you think about it. So don't be scared about some mold. Just brush it off, okay? And when you brush it off, you take paper towel, you wrap it on the paper towel, you put it in a jar, a glass jar, and you place it in the fridge. I say it is like a baby. You change the diaper two times a day. So you change the paper towel at least 2 times a day. If you want to save the truffles in not shrinking, okay, this is a must. So twice a day, you change the paper towel, you put it in a glass jar, and you place it in the fridge. Someone used plastic, same thing. Plastic, it's fine. You need to make some holes on the top of the plastic cup, just because the material, even the plastic, absorbs a lot of moisture. So it's not always a good thing. We use also cotton. These are cotton pouches, okay? They're really cool. This is old-fashioned style. This is how they do it in years ago, 100 years ago. So we came back. You know, we had to find the correct cotton because everything it's polyester, everything is crazy. So we had to, you know, search for this amazing cotton that can preserve the truffles. So really important, please, this is for your future if you want to save money on truffles. So we talk about the black truffles, we talk about the white truffles, then there's one month we have no truffles, which is April. So April is a month, is a downtime month, because it's like a sort of a change of temperature from, you know, winter to spring. And, you know, it's a little bit done because the soil change. And then in May, we have the summer truffles. Summer truffles, you know, when you go in a restaurant, how to recognize a summer truffle? Inside is white. It's almost white. It's light brown. Okay, they're small. You're not going to find a summer truffles as big like the black winter and the white truffles. And they're small, okay? they have really less flavor. Can I tell you, they're like, you know how much they're like $100 a pound? Nothing, okay? But with them, you can cook, you can do salads. Summer truffles last until September. So in the month of September, we have an overlap of summer truffles and white truffles. And then the summer truffles, it's so cool because when the temperature changes and we're going into the fall, they change to burgundy truffles. Burgundy truffles are a little bit more darker inside, a little bit more flavorish. And they live together with the white truffle until a week ago. I think a week ago was the last shipment that we have of burgundy, because then the black winter steps in. Do you have any questions? Anyone has questions? I talk a lot, I know. Anyone has questions? Yes. Yeah. It's not beneficial because again, the mold will come up a lot and you don't want that, okay? The better is a refrigerator. Someone puts it in paper bags like we do, but this is just for a short amount of time, okay? Any other question? Yes. The growth cycle. So what happens? This spore. Now, this spore is something wild. Again, until 5 years ago, we were against cultivation of truffles because the spore is wild. It grows in the ground, okay? And it grows because it's a combination of water, rain, the soil, and it grows little by little on their own. There is no way that you can, I'm saying something wrong because we cultivate truffles, but I explained to you what is the cultivation and what is the natural growing of truffles. So the truffle grows and attaches to the roots and grows until the truffle hunter go and hunt for the truffles. The cultivation of truffles is a different method. There is such cultivation in truffles in the US, there is in Oregon, there is in Napa. So we cultivate truffles in greenhouse. We get the spore from the nature. So again, Americans were amazing. They came to Urbani, they took the spore, we gave them the spore. We're like, yeah, take them, who cares? They came to the US and they cultivated truffles with our spores, which now by law is illegal. So we cannot bring our cultivation to the US yet, okay? But we were great a few years ago. This one, really, there's no regulation on truffles. Cultivation is really easy. We have small plants in greenhouse, mostly pine. We innest, is an innestation of the spores. We water them every day. And in 2 years, you have black truffles. Another cool part, and this is the new generation, but it pertains to you too, guys, also. What we did in Italy, we help a lot of people from, I think it's 25 to 40, to go back to the land and be farmers. So Urbani will sponsor your own cultivation of truffles. We'll take care of the irrigation. We'll take care of the land. When the truffles are ready, we will set up an agreement to buy back all the truffles, and we give them a percentage of the truffles that they can use or they can sell. Why are we doing this? We're going to need truffles for products. We do a lot of preserved products. So we're going to need a lot of truffles to do all the products, because if in 10 years, I'm not going to have enough truffles for the demand, I'll have to find another solution. So we help them, we support them. They have to be under 40, they can't be more than 40. And you have to see the amazing work that we are doing with this young kids going back. They farmers, you know, they went back to land. It's amazing what we're doing. In this case, you don't need a truffle hunter, you don't need dogs. So you bypass one step because they generate from the plant, from the greenhouse. It's amazing. It's 2 years, the process, okay? So, you know, that's, you had a question. Yes. It's not true that you cannot bring these. You can smuggle them. It's not true. You know, you just go, you buy truffles in Italy, you wrap them like wine, like cheese, you wrap them, you put them in your suitcase. Now, if you're a good wrapper, okay. If you're not, they're gonna smell the entire plane. So it's up to you. Okay. But can I tell you, a lot of competitors or a lot of people that we know come in with the suitcase. So they smuggle in with the suitcase. We cannot do it. We're so big. We have 70% of the market. If I smuggle them, they arrest me the day after. They know each of us. You know, they're like, what are you doing, Sabrina? You know, you have a flight. What are you doing? So Truffle products. Oh, by the way, whoever's at JFK Terminal 8, we launched our first vendor machine. You can buy all our products and bring it on the plane or bring it back home, whoever, JFK Terminal 8. And we go in with each terminal. I solved the issue. You see there, everyone is like, can I bring my truffle products back to I don't know, they're going to California. I'm like, I don't know. I solved the issue. I'm like, if I put a vendor machine in the airports, that's an easy, busy way to do it. JFK Terminal 8. Any other questions? Yes. Please smell that. You need to, please. But you can't take them home. You need it for the lunch that they're preparing. Yes. Yes. You've done it all. So it's really debating. So it's really, and I have to watch out how I talk because there's a lot of producers out there. Okay, there is oil, there is truffle products. Some of the products out there, they're famous. They blasted out. They did an amazing marketing behind it. Can I tell you? Amazing. But they had 0% of truffles. There's two ways to reproduce the truffle: either garlic and Parmesan cheese, you do the aroma, or propane gas. You can enhance. Yes. I was telling Rick, oh, he's not here anymore. 10 years ago, 10 years. It's not more than 10 years. I worked for a guy, I worked in publishing, and he had an online store. And in 2000, he was selling a small bottle of truffle oil for $15. 2000, we would make tons. We just did it with truffle, with oil, extra virgin olive oil, and propane gas. We had a machine. You can buy it on Amazon, and you combine the two together. But again, why? Because for the American palate, when you open my bottle, I have it. I didn't have it here, but if you open my oil, you don't smell. It's not like at all. Okay, because we do it with real truffles. To infuse real truffles, there is a long process, and it does not, obviously cannot have that effect. When you instead use gas, when you open the bottle of olive oil, the smell is amazing. So it's really easy to recognize. First of all, look back the label. It has to have the Latin name of the truffles. If it does say just truffles, there's no 3% of truffles, and it doesn't say by law. This we introduced. By law, when you use real truffle, is in the back of the label. And right here, you see there is all the Latin names if you want to recognize them, okay? It's really important. Second, and when you open the bottle and you smell it, that's when you recognize it. So it's really important. You know, today you're going to have a risotto and pasta. And I brought in some butter. Really easy. We infuse real truffles with butter. That's why I'm doing the cultivation. Because as far as Urbani, believe me, I try to talk into them, because if you want to go mass market, if you want to go, you want to make money and grow, you need to do like all the other competitors. They're using less amount of truffles. They're using propane gas. They're using truffle aroma. Okay. But my company, they said, you can go and work for another company. It's not us. They want to do everything made in Italy. Everything is made in Italy, which imagine the cost. Imagine to ship here. There is a huge structure, and they want to use only real truffles. We used to use aroma, they took it out. And we going also natural, organic too now. So we're doing a huge step in, which means that our products are the most expensive on the market because we use real truffles, but the company has their own belief, and I believe in them. You know, at one point we were a little bit like, where do you want to go with this? You need to go, but no, we don't care even if we are more expensive. You're gonna have a risotto and a pasta, and I brought in our sauce. Our sauce, it's made with pure truffles, white and black, and porcini mushrooms. That's it. We add some oil, some salt to keep it, consistent, but that's it. So please be really careful of what you're buying in the future, or whatever product you want to buy. It doesn't mean it has to be Urbani. Please, there are some other products that are coming out. They're really good. They're really learning from us a lot. So they're really good. Any other question? Yes, I'll tell you right now, the cultivated one, it's only black truffles. And right now it's between the burgundy and the summer. It's not a black winter. So you can see when it's cultivated, they are small, because it's a plant. It's a plant this big or this big. So it's like a tomato. So they're really small. You're not going to find huge truffles. Instead, when they're wild, you find different sizes. They are perfect. Why? Because being in greenhouse, there is no way that a worm or any parasite can go and attack them. Okay, so you will recognize them. I know it's a different level, but for me to do the products, it's a perfect, a perfect solution. In all this, I wanted to tell you that we also, the greenhouse, it's helping a lot the production of CO2, okay? So for each plant, the government is giving back for each ton of CO2 that you produce, the government will support you. So this is also an amazing step up of sustainability and how to help climate change. Yes. Okay. With the? Yes. 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 Yes, we do. You can, chef. Any other question? Yes. No, the approach is the same. I have to say we both do incredible jobs. I have to say that production of truffles extended to Romania, Albania, they're doing an incredible job. I cannot complain. French are, can I tell the French truffles in the French land, they're a little bit more, and I'm going to be really honest, because we work with French hunters, a little bit more curated, a little less wild. They curate more the land, while in Italy, we leave the land really wild, really open. Okay. Yeah. So I have to say, we learn from them. Is there a difference in the taste? No, not really. So again, Vittorio, who's the other instructor, he can tell when a white truffle comes from Emilia Romagna or Lazio or Alba. I'm like, how the heck did you do it? You don't smell it? I'm like, no, for me, it's the same. Like, I can't yet. After 10 years, he can smell it, and he will tell you if that truffle, I'm going to answer your question. If that truffle came from Romania, Romanian, they're doing an incredible job. Can I tell you what they're doing? They're so smart in a negative way. They are white truffle producers, but they also are big producers of white potatoes. These potatoes have the same shape of a white truffle. Watch out. I'm telling you, this is big this year. Same shape. So when they go and sell it, they sell 4 potatoes and the rest of truffles. So whoever it does not know that, you go and you purchase everything. You smell one, it smells like truffle. So you go and you purchase all of them. Instead, few of them are just regular potatoes. And when you open them, they are potatoes, but you already purchased them. So international is a little bit of challenge when we have to go and buy them. You have to go and smell them and look each of them. But, you know, so watch out. This is crazy. Yes. So right now, they're not cheaper. No, because we want to help the young generation. If we downsize the truffle cultivated, we're not going to help whoever the work and the people that are working behind the greenhouse. So no, they're not, even because they have the same flavor. It's great. And can I tell you, the one in the greenhouse, I told you, they are clean. You know, you don't have to do a lot of work around it, but they're not going to be cheaper. We're not going to do that, you know. Only if the market becomes saturated, we're going to revise the plan, but right now, no. Okay. Any other question? You all good? Yes. Because it became so difficult. That's why it's so expensive. It's a really particular spore. They tried. You can do it with the high technology, and we're trying to do it in Italy. But the spore is so particular and so rare that we're not able, no one. In American, everyone is doing black. You can go, I'm telling you, you can try. I want you to try, because you need to understand the difference. I want you to try a black truffle cultivated in US and a black truffle cultivated in Italy, in Europe, French or whatever. You will, little by little, you will feel the difference. But in America, the truffle is lighter inside. I told you, it's more like a burgundy / a summer truffle. The black winter and the white truffle are really difficult to cultivate. So it is a really particular spore. It's so delicate that it doesn't attach to all the trees. And the root has to be really thick. So when you do it in a greenhouse, you're talking about plants that are like this, the maximum they are. So really the root is not strong enough to carry the white truffle, okay? Did anyone use, oh, where is my truffle shaver? Okay, all right. Here's another one. Did anyone use a truffle shaver? You did? So you know how to shave truffles? So white truffle, you shave, and you do the slice, but it has to be really thin slice. The first time I did an event and I went to slice truffles, they were like steak. So, you know, Vittorio, who's the vice president of company, is like, right there, $300 a truffle, right there. I'm like, oh my God. So please, when you have a shaver in your hand, always try with the potato. Try with the potato first. You can, you know, work with the little and try to slice a potato. It has to be really thin, because when you slice it on the plate, the heat and the fumes that come out will enhance the truffle even more. Black truffle, you can also microplane. Yesterday, I went to the cut at the Four Seasons. I had grilled cheese with shaved black truffles. Dying, and they microplane it. So black truffles, you can also microplane it, even because the black truffle is more hard. It's less delicate than the white truffle. Do you know how many? So if you're in a restaurant, you work in a restaurant and you're shaving truffles, how much truffles per plate you should shave? Yes, yes. Okay. So it is true. So on our side, since we are a truffle producer, and we recommend always 8 to 10 grams, okay? Which, in the case of Jose Andres, obviously you can't go up more than $50, you know, because we recommend always. And when I tell you, how do I know that this is 8 grams, this is 10 grams? So you can base on your food costs. Everyone thinks, you know, food costs, you know, in the industry is a big component when truffles come along. That's why I always recommend use truffle products. Today, the chef is going to do a risotto with white truffle butter, which already is, and fresh truffles on top. So again, since you're going into this industry where the food cost is important, there are ways that you could be cost effective. Look up all the food products, of the truffle products, try to use them. The oil, I always recommend it to use it fresh. I will say the butter, the sauces, we have the salt on a steak, always. And then you can shave some truffles, but generally is 8 to 10. If you want to be on the cheap side, is 5 grams. So 5 grams is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 8 grams is around 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 grams is 13 shavers. 1, but it has to be nice. So if you don't know, because right there, you don't know how much you need to shave, just remember to count. They have to be nice slices, okay? And 8 is around 10 slices. 10 grams is around 13 slices. Okay, so it's really important because you don't know. What I always recommend in restaurants is to do shaving at the table with the palm. The palm is the steakhouse. They do shavings at the table. And something really important, if you go, oh, 2,500 a pound, people will be completely scared. Oh, 2,500 a pound. But if you say it's $4 a gram, people will be, oh, it's cheap. Yeah, right. Sure. But it's the same, you know, the same thing. So again, when you're doing a truffle shaving in restaurants or whatever you are, think about this. Always talk about grams. Okay? Always think and say, you know what? No, it's $4 a gram. They sell it. Italy does a truffle day. Okay? A truffle day means that you go at Italy, you go online at 8 o'clock in the morning, and the truffles are cheap. They're not cheap. They're just selling it by the gram. It's like, what are you talking about? Okay. So they're selling it by this year was $6 a gram, which was expensive. Like $6 a gram. It's $6 a gram. They were selling for 6 point something a gram. They had a line outside. And I'm like, it's the same price. But mentally, you know, it makes a difference. So think about, so these, you know, these little tricks that you can use if you work in a restaurant. We also have a line of products. No one thinks about dessert and truffles. Is that true? Are you talking about dessert and truffles? First of all, gelato, or ice cream, vanilla ice cream with fresh white truffles. It's a $60 dessert, is amazing. So you can shave white truffles or black truffles on gelato. It's beautiful. Also on chocolate gelato. We have, you can take home, this is for you. Inside, there's 2 chocolates, one made with white truffle and one made with black truffle. That, you know, since you're having lunch, you can have it after. And again, we have a honey. So one of the desserts, they infuse the cheesecake with honey. Try to do a cheesecake with truffle honey. No one thinks about it because it's truffle. You're not thinking about, first of all, it's truffle honey. How much it costs? $15 a truffle honey? The dessert, you can put it for $20, $25. Think about it. You know what we do with these chocolates? We grade them with the microplane on top of the cheesecake, on top of the gelato. So also think other ways that you can use truffle products. We have a truffle syrup for cocktails. It's amazing. You need 2 drops. 2 drops of the truffle syrup. We do a Negroni. We did a partnership with Campari and we did a truffle Negroni sbagliato. It's amazing. It's a Negroni with 2 drops of our truffle syrup, his biscuits and vanilla. So think about the different way you can use truffles. Don't be scared. Don't be scared also to offer in a restaurant. I think when we are in the food industry and we're in the restaurant, I eat a lot everywhere. So it depends also how you presented it. I think that when someone wants to have an experience of truffles, they want an experience. They don't want just go there. So truffle has to be an experience, whoever goes there. If you have someone like, yeah, we have also truffles. It's the, you know, if someone goes there and goes, oh, do you see these truffles? They were 36 hours underground and now they're here on your plate. I will be like, wow, amazing. Like this is a 2,500 or, you know, put it like really engaging. It has to be an experience. I'm sorry, I talk a lot, I know, and you probably want to eat. Any other questions? Yes. Yes. So when you want to do a compound butter, the best way, and I'll tell you, we have a product, and this is how everyone is doing it, that is called truffle base. The truffle base, we have black truffle base and white truffle base. It's a pure 100% truffles, okay? Is a sauce made with nothing chemical, nothing. So you infuse, you do it together, you combine it together. You need 1% for 1 pound of butter. You can freeze it. Sure, you can freeze it. Yes. We sell it. Yes. Yes, we do it. So the butter, there are some products we cannot produce in Italy. Meat, cheese. Okay. Some of the cheese, yes. The fresh cheese like butter, no. We do it with the Epicurean butter, which is a famous butter company here in Wisconsin. So we do it with them, with Epicurean butter. But there's some products. We do truffle burgers with pat la fredda. Everyone knows pat la fredda, imagine. We do a truffle burger with pat la fredda because it's something that you cannot import from Italy. So some of the products we do with Luke's, you know, Luke's chips, we do truffle chips, organic truffle chips with Luke's. We're coming out, I'm so excited for this project because we want to make truffles affordable for everyone. You know, we'll have to also consider it a larger audience, not only, you know, some high-end, you know, people so do you know Baked in Brooklyn? It's a pita chips. We're doing truffle pita chips with Baked in Brooklyn. So stay tuned because a lot of news and things are coming out. So you need, you know, there is a lot going out there in the truffle world. So please, please. And you have any question, Barry, I want you to share my email because I have a booklet with everything you need to know about truffles that I want to share with you. So please, please, please give my email because I'm going to share with them a booklet. And if you have questions or you're in the kitchen and you don't know things, just email me and just tell me, Sabrina, I'm doing this. How do I do it? I'll reply back to you right away. My lesson was good or was Vittorio's better lesson? Tell me. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Barry, are we good to eat? Can I stop talking? Otherwise, I'm going to talk until tomorrow morning. 5 minutes. Perfect. Oh, my email, by the way, it's really easy. Sabrina@urbani.com. @urbani.com. And you can take this home so you can see this is a calendar of the season, and there's also the region of all the truffles. We added here something that in America, it's really difficult to bring in. It's called bianchetto. We call it the bastard cousin of the white truffle because it's smaller. It comes out in, this is May or April. This comes out January to March. And it's different from the white truffle. It's more on the orangey side, but it's the same family of the white truffle. But in America, since they're too small, we were not able to push it a lot in the US. I don't know why, but they're good. They're amazing. Some of the chefs use them because, believe it, March to January you don't have white truffles during that season. There is something else. Since we had a huge demand from the chefs for black winter truffles, we decided to buy an orchard in Australia. So we have also an orchard in Australia that provides black winter from June to August. And this because there was a lot of demand during the summer to have black winter because, again, the summer truffles are lighter. Not everyone likes the white summer truffle. So it's an amazing project. We worked with so many farmers in Australia. They're really straightforward. They don't care. They're not like Italians. You know, Italians, they go, they truffle hunt, they drink wine, they could do the panino, the sandwich. Australia's like, you know how much is coming in. With Italians, you never know. When the shipment arrived this morning, I was late. The shipment arrived. I'm like, how much kilos are coming? Oh, we don't know. I'm like, you don't know. I'm like, come on. So with the Italians, it's really like a challenge. The Australian are perfect. You know how much is coming in, how much is going out, and that's it. Okay? With ours, there's always, you know, I remember, I'm going to tell you this story since we have 5 minutes, but please don't share with anyone because they're going to kill me. I was in publishing. I was working for a magazine, okay? And they sent me to Urbani. That's how I got into Urbani. The magazine folded in 2012 and 10. So Urbani was looking for a VP of marketing, and I joined the team. But they were doing advertising. They were buying advertising in the magazine. So what they did, they organized a press trip. I'm going truffle hunting. I'm so excited. I feel like a star, a movie star. They come with this limo. I'm like, oh, in Italy, at Rome, they pick me up. Okay. We go, we have dinner, we stay with the family. Then we all go to the hotel. At 3 o'clock in the morning, someone knocks on my door. Wake up, wake up. I'm like, what? You have to come. Where? Put some pants on, put some sneakers. I had all the heels and things. I'm going to the company. I'm like, where are you taking? Come. They put me in a car. I was with my publisher. I remember my publisher was dying. He's like, I'm going to kill you. They put us in a car and they bent us with a thing. I'm like, fuck, I knew it. I should never come to this place. These are crazy people. You know, I don't know what they want from me. I have no money. I'm not rich. I'm like, what they want from me? So they took us to a place. It was in the middle of nowhere. The publisher was squeezing my leg. And I'm like, it's not my fault. I had no idea this was happening, because what we asked them is to have the full experience. So we told them, you know, to write an article, we need the full experience. Otherwise, we don't understand what's going on. And this was the full experience. So we stopped the car and he's like, if I get killed, remember, you know, in heaven or whatever, I'm going to kill you again. I'm like, my God. I said, I was thinking, I'm going to be fired tomorrow. He's this guy. So we stop. Finally, they open the doors. They take the things off. And you see this scene. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. All the truffle hunters with their big guns, okay, with all the truffles on top of the car and a little suitcase full of money, cash. That's how the exchange came at that time. Then this ended a few years ago, but this is how the trade happened. So you go in the middle of the night, they hunt for truffles, they bring it to you you can't know where you're going because other truffle hunters can do the same thing. There was a little suitcase with money. They put it on the car. How much? Huh? And they put it back in again. And I'm like, these people are crazy. But this was how it used to be before. Then what happened? Not the police, the IRS, because that way truffle hunters had not to pay taxes. There was all cash, exchange of cash. There was no, and then the IRS came along, I think 5 years ago, and they stopped this. So what are we eating, Barry? Can you tell us? I want to take a selfie with all of you. This is cool. Okay. Let's see if I can do this. Smile, everyone. Hopla. I can do this. So did you enjoy the class? And please, if you have questions, write to me or call me.